Sup, corner dwellers, my fellers, crunchy mystery solid smellers? I smoked weed for over half my life. Was my drug of choice since entering high school. Weed is one of the safest vices for you, but that's the human kryptonite. People saying, it's only a plant. Nobody's ever died on weed. Very deceiving drug, but one of the harder ones to quit for most people for that reason. Weed usually affects short-term memory, focus and drive, socializing, and a puny wallet, among a few other things, but weed affects everyone's noggin piece differently. Some people may not even get any of those side effects. A lot of my addiction videos will have the same techniques in it because most withdrawals from drugs are close to the same. Depression, anxiety, all the fun stuff. And some of these techniques will work for any substance. The problem with weed is it's damn near impossible to measure wean amounts. See, with beer, you can measure 12 ounces in a can. Each beer, let's say Busch, is the same strength. Weed is all different. You can never load a bowl the same way twice. Weed has different potency by types. Even if it's the same kind of weed, one bud will be covered in more trichomes than the next. If you want to give weaning a shot, I recommend a baseball bat type hitter, like this one. Boop. Make sure you use the same kind of weed the whole time you're weaning. Just load one hit at a time, and load, for example, 3 hits and smoke them, and do that 3 times a day, third time being before night-night. Do that for a couple of weeks, then go to 2 hits 3 times a day for 2 weeks. You can set your own regimen, put it in your futuristic calculator phone device, and follow it. Follow it to a teat. Weaning from weed takes longer than beer because it stays in your body for a grip. 2 grips, but tapering down can be done. When I quit, I cut down on weed for a couple weeks before I went knuckle deep in cold turkey. I just wanted the withdrawals to be over fast, and it still took 25 days. Plus, you can't die from quitting weed cold turkey. Feels like you are, but you're not. So, for some of the withdrawals, hot and cold chills and sweating makes sleeping poopier than it already is. You just have to have some good blankets and a fan, and you will get insomnia. For that, use breathing exercises. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 8 seconds, and then blow out through your mouth for 8 seconds. Blow gently. Do that for a couple minutes, counting in your head, keeping your mind from racing, and you'll get a natural light head rush that calms anxiety and helps sleep. For insomnia, you can also use over-the-counter PMs, diphenhydramine, libby. It's in Benadryl or sleep aid pills without the Advil. I recommend the 50 milligram pills. And melatonin on the really hard nights. Try not to use melatonin every night. It's habit forming and will make sleeping harder all over again for you down the road. You can use warm milk. Not sure if that works or is just an urban legend, but I say try it anyway. Exercise also helps with crashing at night too. Even after all that and you still don't sleep, you probably will the next night. Your body will just tire out eventually. I give up. I tap. You're going to be extremely bored and depressed. You won't even want to do anything. Even the stuff you love. You won't even want to touch yourself. But that will go away, I promise. This is where I recommend just picking anything up and forcing yourself to do it. Anything to keep your pissed mind busy. Exercise is very important too. Gives your brain those nom-nommy feel-good chemicals. Even if you're forcing yourself to do it, you'll be glad you did. You could force yourself to rub one out, but make sure it's consensual. Exercise also works the weed out of your system faster. More sweat dripping the better, because THC is stored in your meaty fat cells. So your weight will also determine how long you're going to be dirty for after you quit. You'll also have mood swings, be super pissy, and just want to knock people's heads together. Well, not literally. Well, yeah, literally. Just be aware of it. Eating will be a big hurdle. Just try to force feed yourself, even though it makes you want to. I used water as a chaser to chase food down. In some extreme cases, like dabs or hash addicts, people can't hold down the food. In that case, I'd recommend weaning down to weed buds first for a month before quitting. I try at least tasty food when quitting, anything that sounds good to you. You can switch to healthy after the withdrawals leave you alone. Please make the bad man go away. You'll also be riddled with anxiety and nervousness. Like I said, use the breathe techniques. If it's unbearable in the evenings, you can also use sleepy time tea too, which I used to sleep and calm myself when I quit other vices, but it helps here too. I also took a lot of hot showers. It helps with anxiety and depression and also helps with the shut-eye at night. You may also get disassociation, not feeling your normal earth-walking human self. Almost like you're a different person, or you're just watching the world happen without any personality. Very weird, like you're a camera set up, just recording, without the light on. Just kidding, it's not that bad, but it's pretty weird. Takes about 3 to 4 weeks for most withdrawals to leave. Then your brain doesn't completely go back to superhuman sharpness until about 6 months. After about a month, you'll start dreaming again. Some of them are even wet. Some of them will freak you out a little, but soon you'll be enjoying dreams. Quitting weed gives you brain superpowers. You'll be way more talkative, quick and sharper thinking, have crazy motivation, more energy, more money, and super memory, to name a few. Very important to get support while quitting. Even watching videos and reading comments about people going through the same thing helps. It's very comforting. You don't feel so alone. If you're quitting for a job, just remember that depending how dirty you are, weed can stay in your piss for a month and a half. Get some cheap Amazon piss tests so you can test your progress. Drink tons of water and lots of cardio. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, spank it, give it a 180, lick it, maybe wink at it. Just do stuff. All right, lates, guys.